everyone, it's your girl Numi 2004, also known as D Princess 28. I'm coming at you today with another hair talk video. Now, in the past, my hair talk videos basically just consisted, well, I've only done one, but it basically consisted of me talking about various issues related to hair. Now, I said in my previous videos that I was going to be coming with something for you transitioners, something to inspire those of you who are currently transitioning from relaxed to natural to stay the course. Now, I know that you guys have been watching me for quite some time, and I get a lot of positive feedback, which I really appreciate, about people just sending me messages saying how much I've inspired them to go natural. However, I'm only one person. Now, don't get it twisted. There are a ton of beautiful ladies already on YouTube who are doing their thing that have different textures, or of different texture than myself. However, I thought it would be very interesting to bring on some of the ladies in my life who are natural. I thought, what better way than to kick off this series and to introduce you to a lady who's from the same gene pool as myself. Yes, ladies, you can come from the same family and have two totally different textures of hair. So, ladies, welcome my big sis, who we'll refer to as Girl with Curls, to my hair talk video. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, the reason why I wanted to bring my sister on first is because I think she would be one of the perfect examples of someone who was very reluctant, to say the least, to go natural. And her journey was more an unintentional one, I should say. So I'll let her explain to you how she haphazardly transitioned from relaxed to natural.
Well, once our mom came to us and asked us to consider giving up the relaxer, I contemplated it for quite some time because I was a regular exerciser, and I knew I would probably have some issues with my hair not remaining as straight at the roots as I'd like it to be. So I started off with my stylist, who was giving me weaves, but they were partial weaves, and she kept suggesting that I have a full head sew-in weave. And I dismissed it for about a year, and then I finally said, well, let me give it a try. Tried cornrows, braids, and then it was the full head extension, and I fell in love with that, and I still wear that on occasion as well. I favor that hairstyle still because when I exercise, I still have a nice style when I walk out the gym.
Clarify for those out there, you were relaxed when you first started getting the sew-in weaves, correct?
Yes. I wound up wearing it for 2 years.
2 years,
and
folks.
Grew out all my hair.
She has, our whole lives, had a full, thick head full of hair. And so to wear a weave, people always assume that you don't have much hair when you wear weaves, and that's a big misconception. A lot of people just wear weaves because it is a protective style, and it's a style that you can basically get up and go with, depending on what type of hair you get. And so she basically did it for her lifestyle. Keep it in for how long?
Every 3 months we would take it down,
and then she would get it installed. Boom, right after getting it taken out.
And I loved it.
Yes, and she loved it, and I hated it.
Once I was finally able to relinquish the fact that I was tired of wearing a weave, and I did notice some thinning at the top of my head, and that actually spurred along my process to go ahead and try some new natural hairstyles, which led me to, and keep in mind, when I was wearing the full head weave, my hair was always in cornrows, which was a good state for it to be in. But again, since it was 2 years taken down every 3 months, it still had taken its toll. And I found that when I decided to try the straw set hairstyle, I realized that the thinning area in my hair was completely resolved when you wear the straw set, because it's a really thick hairstyle.
You want to wear weaves, to each his own, but you do have to be careful. Now, she has been blessed with a nice thick head full of hair, so you, just looking at her hair right now, you wouldn't even be able to tell that she was suffering from thinning. But it's not until you part through the hair that you can actually see it. I would advise you, if you are going to use weaves as a protective style, to definitely give yourself a break. I just want to talk about, what were some of your reservations about going natural?
Well, I definitely felt that wearing an afro was probably not going to be a style that I would feel good in.
These curls are actually bigger than her natural curls. Her natural texture is actually very dense, tight curls. Pattern is more spongy.
As far as hairstyles for me and just this whole hair issue is I want to be able to have a lifestyle of convenience and I want to feel that I look good in the hairstyle that I'm wearing. That's just how I want to present myself to the world. So I need to feel confident with my hairstyle and then I'm good to go.
She's already expressed that she knew that an afro was not working for her, and some of you ladies have told me that as well, and that's fine. You don't have to wear it's important to do what you're comfortable with, and that goes for whether you're relaxed or natural. Now, the two styles that she likes to alternate between is this, which is a straw set. And for those of you who don't know, I talked about straw sets on my blog, and I think it's also a great style if you're transitioning because it's a way to mask the difference in the two textures. A straw set is basically when you set your hair on very thin rods. Now, this is a flexi rod, and this one is 3/4 inches in diameter, and this is a regular straw. Some people actually set their hair on straws, but the stylist that she goes to uses rods that are probably comparable to this. It's much smaller than this, correct?
It's a yellow rod.
So she'll get the straw set and it'll last about 2 weeks at a time, correct?
That's right.
And then she likes to straighten her hair with a flat iron. So for the most part, she alternates between straw sets and flat ironing. Now, can you talk to the ladies a little bit about how just how the process works? You know, do you do the straw set yourself? Do you go to the shop? How much it costs? How long it'll last? How do you maintain it?
Okay, well, I go to the shop for the straw set, and that's because it takes about 3 hours for my stylist to do it. The shop does straight or natural hair, but my stylist actually said she had never performed a straw set on natural hair. She always has performed it with those who've had relaxers, but she was open to trying it. Because I said if it doesn't work, then at least we gave it a shot. I'm not sure the products that they use, but I know that I'm getting it washed, conditioned, and definitely have your trims for your ends to make sure your ends are cut. It keeps your hair looking smooth and defined. I just like the natural look, feel, being able to touch my scalp. And when I exercise, it does kind of poof out near the roots, but I always feel like I still have a style because the curls still stay intact. And that's for about 2 weeks. So you might become uncomfortable from the sweating and you'll have to cleanse your scalp, which supposedly with witch hazel it's okay. But otherwise than that, and keeping it oiled on occasion if there's spots that are too dry. And the older it gets to me, the better it looks. Tighten up in certain areas and you can kind of pull and stretch your hair in different directions. And then I can always blow dry it and flat iron it. And those are my styles for now.
So when you flat iron your hair, you do that pretty much once every 2 weeks also,
yes.
Correct?
And the most important thing, I know that I wrap my hair up at night or I sleep with a bonnet when it's in the straw set curl style. And in the morning, it's just your fingers fluffing out the hairstyle, which makes it nice, simple, and fun.
Did you mention how much this hairstyle will run you?
This hairstyle at least can run you $75. I remember you're going to spend about 3 hours in the shop, and one of those 3 hours is sitting under the dryer. And you may take less or more dry time depending on the density of your hair.
Yes. So is there anything else that you would like to share with the ladies about your natural hair before we conclude this edition of Let's Talk Hair?
Well, I'd just like to say I would have never thought in my journey of life, at this stage in my life, that I would wear my hair naturally and just love it. It is an empowering feeling. It's almost like an alter ego, but in a healthy way. You just feel full acceptance of yourself. And I just love it.
There you have it, ladies. So this concludes this edition of Let's Talk Hair, featuring my big sis, Girl with Curls. I hope you enjoyed it, ladies. Hopefully I will get her to come back.
Yeah.
And she will show you how she flat irons her hair. So with that, peace, blessings, and stay the course.
That's right.